Well, welcome everyone to Friday's video. I'm really excited to share with you just a little part of my life off the camera. So this is this morning for me, and I want to show you what my morning was like. Family has been a big part of my life. Most of you know that I was married very young, and we had children very young. My children and I grew up together, and so it's reasonable to think that we are always together even still. You can see here, they are very busy on their phones, the younger generation. Did you know that I don't even own a cell phone? These are just the everyday lives that we live, but this is a weekly thing for me. As you know, my daughters and I get together, and our son and his wife also are a big part of our life. We like to talk about a lot of things in the news and things like that, and it's very interesting to hear what the younger generation has to think. Sometimes the younger generation and the older generation are just a little bit different. I'm very thankful for the moral support of my family. My family and I have always been very close. And I know that if I ever needed something, they were always there for me. And my husband has always been my best friend. And I am very thankful for him. And as you know, we spend all of our time together. It's different when your spouse becomes retired. It's a little bit of an adjustment. But we have always gotten along better the more we were together. So for us, it's always a win-win situation. Now let's get ready for some lunch. Well, here we get started. We are having Jean Wanger's ham loaf. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that in a minute, but first we're going to make some sweet potatoes. Our son and his wife love sweet potatoes, and I thought, well, ham and sweet potatoes go well together. Most of the meals that I make are totally from scratch. Every once in a while, I will add something that's store-bought or something that would be convenience food, but generally it's not. Generally, it's just scratch cooking. So let's go ahead and wrap up all of these sweet potatoes, and then I'll show you what Jean Wanger's ham loaf is, because most everyone would not know what I am saying and what the food is. It's very unusual unless you live in our neck of the woods. And Jean Wanger is someone very special. Well, he was in my life. He is no longer living. I'll tell you a little bit about him here in just a moment. All right, just a little bit about Jean Wanger ham loaf. That is something found in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. You won't find that anywhere else. At least I don't think so anyway. And Jean Wanger was someone very special in my life. I pretty much grew up with Jean Wanger. He was part of our church, and he was a big part of my growing up because he would cook meals at the church, and we got to know him way before he started selling his products to grocery stores. So what is ham loaf? Well, it's basically like a meatloaf, but it's ham. And he came up with this recipe, and he came up with this idea many years ago. It all started, I think, when I was a little girl, and he started mixing it up for all of us at church. And now he has quite a business. His son took over. He passed away not very long ago. But it's ham, and it's a bunch of spices, and he has some secret ingredients he would never tell us. Even me, he would never tell me what it was. And I'm opening up a can of green beans, and we will have green beans, and I added some cheese to them, and it was so good. Now let's just heat everything up and start cooking, and I'll show you what my children were doing while I was cooking my meal. Our son wanted to demonstrate how strong he is, so he got the brainy idea that he was going to do some push-ups while his wife was sitting on his back. This is my family. My family is wacky, zany, and they love to have fun. Well, he did a couple of them anyhow, so he gets an A for effort. That's for sure. You know, What makes a house a home? It's not having the latest appliances or all the latest dinnerware and having everything match. What makes a house a home is spending time with your loved ones. And just like that, the meal is over. And now I'm going to go ahead and start putting it together. And I always send the leftovers home with our son and his wife. Lots of cleaning up to do. One thing my mother always taught me is to wash the dishes right after we're done eating. She said, don't let them sit around, Tessie. Wash them right away. And she's right. The quicker I get it done, the better I feel. Well, everybody went home and I can sit here and just enjoy the sunshine. It's a very nice day, and finally the last of the snow, we got some more snow again this week, is finally starting to melt. I am thinking about spring and thinking about all of the wonderful things that springtime provide. I'm getting ready to really have an amazing garden. So I'm really excited about that. I am going to be planting lots of vegetables, of course, lots of flowers. I love flowers. And I don't know if you know much about Tasha Tudor and her family. This is Tasha Tudor. So once a year, her family has for sale the original, her garden seeds. And they come on sale and they're usually sold out within a few hours. So that was this last Saturday. And I was really excited about that. So that is Tasha Tudor. So I was able to buy some of her garden seeds for this year, and they may have a couple, I'm sure they're all sold out by now. They sell out almost instantly, but I was waiting and I was probably one of the first ones there. So I'm going to be looking at my books this afternoon. House is cleaned up. And then of course we have the Amish gardens, and I love Amish, anything that has to do with Amish and their way they live and the way they grow their foods. And then of course I love early America. And this is all of the different plants that flowers from early America. So I'm going to do some research on there to see if there's any seeds yet I need to buy. So thank you so much for spending Friday with me. So this is just a short video, and I just wanted to share with you what I'm working on today and what my life is like here on the homestead. Take care, everyone. The sun is so bright. We'll see you guys again tomorrow, and I have something very special coming up here real soon. So stay tuned for that. Bye, everybody.